lab. So in today's lab, we'll be discussing regarding the usage of Simulink to conduct a few of the experiments. Now, in previous class, we had discussed how we go ahead with the Simulink. In order to go ahead with the Simulink, you should have MATLAB. In that, you have Simulink option. So you go to Simulink and then go ahead with drag and drop options to create drag and drop the blocks in order to create the model. So once the model is created, you have to run it and then observe the result where all it is expected. Say if it is expected on the CRO to be observed, you can observe it on the CRO. So now in today's experiment, right, we'll be discussing about some say line codes. Say for example, one is shown over here, which is non-return to zero. Similarly, we have studied so many line code representations like RZ, return to zero, Manchester formatting. So these are just a few things to name. In this experiment, right, we'll be going ahead with NRZ and RZ representations, and I'll be making use of polar formats. So we'll be discussing just few things and then going ahead with the Simulink part. The first one, which comes as the simplest one, which is non-return to zero. So why it is called non-return to zero or NRZ, we'll just check out. And under that, we'll be discussing unipolar format. Now, whenever you have a digital information will be in terms of zero, ones and zeros. So how this is represented, say in voltage form, how it is represented in voltage form. That is what we'll be discussing here. So that is what we'll be checking out. So just I have written some say binary values and its equivalent representation in with respect to the voltage levels. So now in this case, we can just observe here. So I'll not be looking forward for the clock, just the data and the representation. So the data here is 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, and say 1, 1, 1, and 0. So this is the digital information what I have. This is the digital representation of a particular signal, and this is what I am having. Now this particular thing I have to represent it in non-return to zero unipolar format. So the format is represented in this particular diagram. So how does it imply is, now when we are speaking of unipolar format, there is only one polarity that will be used for representation. For example, in this case, we have two bit levels, bit or sometimes we call it as logic levels. Bit is either 0 or it is 1. So how this 0 will be represented and how this 1 will be represented. In unipolar format, what happens is you have only one level of representation. Uh, for example, that is only one polarity is used for representation. Now here 0 is represented with 0 volt and 1 is represented with the higher voltage. Now let us take example that the higher voltage is 5 volt. So I will be representing logic 1 or bit 1 with 5 volts. So this is the logic what I will be using in order to represent the unipolar format. Unipolar format. I am not speaking about NRZ or RZ. So unipolar format, bit 0 is represented with 0 volt, bit 1 is represented with 5 volts. Now slight changes in those will be giving us non-return to 0 and return to 0. That will be discussed. Now let us first discuss what is meant by non-return to 0. So here we'll just see what should be the representation. Say first, so this is 1 bit interval. This is 1 bit interval. Similarly, when I consider the next one, this one is 1 bit interval. And if I consider this one at this point, say let us say that it gives you the half bit period. So we write it as TB by 2. It is the half bit period. This is also half bit period for this bit. Similarly, we have 1 bit period for the next, 1 bit period for the next, and so on. So here, what we look out is The first bit is 1 here. So during this entire bit interval, it will be represented with 5 volts. It will be represented with 5 volts. Say we have written it as V, so let us consider this as the 5 volts. So it will be represented with 5 volts. So if it is 5 volts for the entire bit duration, then it falls under logic 1 or bit 1. Now next bit is 0. So during the bit interval of or bit period of logic 0, that is TB, it will be represented with what? It will be represented with 0 volt. It will be represented with 0 volt. So during this bit interval, it will be represented as a 0. Now going further, when I see again, next one is again logic 1. So again, it will be represented with 5 volt. Next one 0. It will be represented with 0 volt. Next one 0. It will be represented with 0 volt, and so on. It continues based on what bit you want to represent. Now here, if you just observe one thing, uh, whenever you are reaching half of the bit interval, whenever you are reaching half of the bit interval or bit period, half of the bit period, you can see that in the first case it is 1 and it is represented as 5 volts. In between, it is not returning to 0. It is staying at 5 volts for the entire bit duration. And for 0, we don't have any other thing because it is at 0 itself. Similarly, here also, if you just see, it is staying at 5 volt for the entire bit duration, but it is not returning to 0. Therefore, such kind of representation is called as non-return to 0. And since we are using just one polarity, say for example 5 volt, what we considered, it is classified as unipolar format. Non-return to 0 unipolar format. So in non-return to 0, what happens is during the given bit period or bit interval, the voltage representation remains at its level. That is, if it is logic 1, it will remain at it will remain at 5 volts, and if it is 0, it will remain at 0 volt. So this format is called as NRZ unipolar format. Now next one which comes is bipolar format. There is slight difference between these two. What happens in this case is, you can just check from the diagram. So in this one, again, same data we have taken 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 111 and 0. So this is these are the bits, and I want representation in terms of non-return to 0 bipolar format. Now we have the term bipolar. Therefore, we will be using two polarities. So one will be say 5 volt and the other one will be say minus 5 volt. We will be using these two polarities for representing the information or the bits. So in this one, if you just observe, and since it is non-return to 0, whatever level is present, say for logic 1, if it is 5 volt, it will remain at 5 volt for the entire bit duration. For logic 0, if it is minus 5 volt, it will remain at minus 5 volt for the entire bit duration. Therefore, we don't have returning to 0 in this case. Therefore, it is termed as non-return to 0 and bipolar format because we are using the two polarities. So based on this one, if I just write the table, I can have bit which can be either 0 or it can be 1. And for 0, if for the entire given bit duration, it will be represented, say for example, with the negative voltage minus 5 volt, and for 1, it will be represented with plus 5 volt. So this is the representation what will be present in non-return to 0, uh, say a polar format or bipolar format what we are looking out. This is polar format. This is polar format. So in one rectification here, it is a polar format. I think I have done a typo error here. So it is actually polar format. So in polar format, this is the representation. So this is how it is represented. Bipolar, it is slightly different. Bipolar is slightly different. So in polar format, right, this is how it goes ahead. 0 is represented with minus 5 volt and 1 is represented with plus 5 volt. So here, as per this logic, if I just see, first bit is 1. So during the entire bit duration, it will be represented with, say, the plus 5 volt, for example. Say this is plus 5 volt. And here we can see the next bit is 0. So it will be represent for the entire bit duration, it will be represented with minus 5 volt. So it is minus 5 volt. And in between, it will never return to 0. So this is the 0 level, 0 voltage. In between, this will never come back to 0. Here also it will not be happening. So generally during the half bit interval, it will never return to 0. So if it returns, then it will be called as return to 0. So since it is not happening in any of the given bit interval, right? So it is called as non-return to 0. Just a rectification over here. So it is polar format. It is polar format. Now coming down to return to 0, unipolar format. So in this case, again, as per discussion, unipolar, only one polarity will be present for representation. The other polarity is not negative, it will be 0. And return to 0 has slight difference as compared to the non-return to 0. So here we can see the same data what we have discussed, 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 and 0. So this I want to represent using unipolar return to 0. So in this case, what happens is, if the bit is 1 and bit is 0, depending on that, whether return to 0 happens or not, we have to just check. So for simple condition, if the bit is 0, it is represented with 0 volt. Since we have it in the form of unipolar format, it will be represented with 0 volt. So here if I just consider, if bit is 0 in the given bit interval, we can see that the representation is 0 volt. Representation is 0 volt. Now if it is 1, it will be represented with say plus, it will be represented with it will be represented with 5 volt, that is plus 5 volt, say for the first half. I'll write it as 0 to TB by 2. For the first half bit period, it will be represented with 5 volt, but for the remaining half bit period, it will be represented with 0 volt. That is from TB by 2 to TB. So during this particular case, what happens is, for half of the duration, it will be represented with 5 volt. For rest half, it will be represented with 0 volt. So now here we can just observe. Here we can observe. So bit is 1, and this is one entire duration. And when I consider half, say let me specify that this is half bit period. So during during this half bit period, if I just observe, since this is bit 1, it will be represented with plus 5 volt during the first half bit period, and during the next half bit period, what happens is it goes down to 0 and it continues to stay in that until the next bit until the bit period is over, that is in this given bit interval. It will be 5 volts for TB up to TB by 2, and after that it will return to 0 and stay for the rest of the period. Now here, if I just see, it is logic 0. Therefore, in this case, if you just observe, since it is at 0 volt, no case of returning to 0. So it will be staying at 0 volt for the entire bit duration. Now again, if I see, again I'll get bit 1. So for the first half bit period, it will be 5 volts. And after half bit period, what happens is it comes down and returns to 0 and stays there over for the next half bit period. So here you can just see, it is 1. It is represented with plus 5 volt for the half bit period. Again, it returns to 0. Next bit is again 1. It is 5 volts. Again, it returns to 0. So this is what is happening here. So in case of return to 0, since the bit is returning to 0 during the half bit interval, right? We term this as a return to 0, and since only one polarity, that is 5 volt, is used, say for example 5 volt is used, we specify it as unipolar format. Now next one is polar format. Please just rectify, it is a typo error. What has happened? So it is not bipolar, it is sorry, sorry, for NRZ it is bipolar representation. It is bipolar representation. I'll not go for bipolar, I'll go for polar format. I'll go for polar format. So here return to zero, as I discussed, during a given half bit interval, if the data returns, if the representation returns back to zero, we term it as return to zero. And here polar format, here what happens is we'll be having two polarities in order to represent the data. So 0 will be represented with minus 5 volt and 1 will be represented with plus 5 volt. But now the condition applies to both. During the first half bit period, the voltage remains at minus 5 volt, and during the rest half period, it returns to 0 for even the bit 0. And for logic 1 or bit 1, it will be at plus 5 volt for the half bit duration, and it will be 0 for the next half bit period. So if I just observe here, I have 1 is represented with 5 volts. So it will be at 5 volts for first half bit period. Then after the first half bit period, it returns back to 0 for the remaining bit period. Now next data is 0. So 0 will be represented with minus 5 volt. So here minus 5 volt, but it returns to 0 after the half bit period. And this continues based on what data is present. This continues based on what data is present. So this is polar format. So just a discussion on bipolar format. So in this one slight difference will be there. What happens is, if you just see with respect to ones over here, with respect to ones. So in this one, simplest condition is 0. 0 will be represented with 0 volt always. 0 will be represented with 0 volt always. So here you can see for the entire bit duration, it is represented with 0 volt. Now in return to 0 and non-return to 0, slight difference, that is during the half bit interval, it has to return to 0 in RZ format, and in NRZ it doesn't happen. So if I just consider the bipolar representation right here, so if I just observe this, what happens is, as per non-return to 0, it should stay at that level, and it should not be returning back to 0 during the half bit, after the half bit interval. So in this case, what happens is say logic 1 is represented with 5 volt plus 5 volt. So what happens in this case is, it remains at 5 volt for the entire bit duration. It remains at 5 volt for the entire bit duration. And when it is 0, it remains at 0 volt for the entire bit duration. But what is variant as compared to unipolar is, after 1 occurs, then if next 1 occurs, let there be zeros in between, next one when it occurs, it changes its polarity. Previously, if it was represented with 5 volts, then next logic 1 or bit 1 will be represented with minus 5 volt. Now similarly, if I go and check here, previously it was minus, now it is plus 5 volt. Similarly, between these two, it is plus, so next one will be minus. So this is what is happening. And in return to 0, what happens is, during the half bit interval, it will stay at its representation level, and then it returns back to 0. So when it is 1, it will be plus 5 volts. Say initially I'm starting with plus 5 volt, then it returns to 0 during the next half bit interval. Here it is 0, so it will stay at 0 itself. Now it is 1. So when it is 1, previously it was plus 5, now it will be minus 5. So it will be minus 5 volt, again it return back to 0, and it stays over there for the next half bit interval, and this continues. Now again you can see that this is minus, this level is plus, this is minus, this level is plus. So every alternate ones will be following the opposite polarity. So these are the things which come under bipolar formats of NRZ and RZ. So what happens is, if you want to open Simulink, open MATLAB. Under that you have this option wherein you will be starting with the Simulink. Just click this, it will open this window, or else you type the command Simulink and press enter, it will be opening the same window. So under this I'll be taking a blank model. So, and this is the blank model what I'll be getting. Already I have opened one blank model, so I'll just be opening that. So I have opened a blank model over here. Now, in this one, what we'll be doing is we'll be implementing NRZ and RZ polar formats. NRZ and RZ polar formats. So that is what we'll be looking forward. It is pretty simple to do this in Simulink. So let us see how we can go ahead. Uh, polar, polar, polar. So here, so first one we'll just check out how we and I have discussed in the previous how what is meant by unipolar and bipolar and polar. So in polar again I'll just refresh regarding that. In polar format, 0 is represented with minus 5 volt and 1 is represented with plus 5 volt, and depending on whether it is NRZ or RZ, slight changes will be doing over there. So now, in order to do this, we have to first generate digital signal. So we have to generate some digital signal, or we should have some input and generate from that input. I should get the say a binary signal. So now, in order to do that, I have one option over here. So what I'll do is I'll go to library browser in order to check out which all blocks are present. So I have set it. So in this one, we have something called as Bernoulli generator. So if you know the name, you can type it in here. So you have Bernoulli binary generator, so which comes under communication system toolbox. So when you're installing, what happens is these all things also you should just check out. So what you can do is you can make a note of these, and while installing MATLAB, right, you can check out to have these all toolboxes. So what I'll do is three ways of adding it. Say what I'll do is I'll take this block, drag and drop it. So I'm having a Bernoulli binary generator over here. So I'll just double click this block and see what is present in that. So we can see that there is some information which is given over here. That is, what is the probability of zeros which will be occurring? It will be for 0.5. That is 50%. If 10 bits are generated, in that 5 bits will be 0 and remaining will be 1. And sample time, these all things at present I'm not disturbing these things. So in later experiments, somewhere we have to modify these and utilize. So there we'll be doing it. So in this one, if I change this, you can change the number of zeros and ones which have been generated. So this one directly generates zeros and ones. So it generates random Bernoulli distributed binary numbers. Okay, so this is what is happening in this case. Then after that, what I want is once I know that it is bit 0 or bit 1, I should either represent it with the plus 5 volt or minus 5 volt. So in order to do that, what I do is I have something called as switch. I have something called as switch over here. I have something called as switch over here. So here, if you just hover the mouse on that, it will give you some information. Pass through input 1 when input 2 satisfies the selected criterion. So we'll just check out what happens. So another method, right click and add it. So it gets added. So here, here we have the switch. Now in this case, right, you can see some condition which is mentioned over here. So what I'll do is I'll double click this. I'll double click this. Now here we are mentioning some threshold value in this case. So this is a switch. So it should either switch between this one or it should switch between this one. So but that has to happen based on some particular criteria. So you can see that you have greater equal to not equal to or greater than. So these are just a few options which are available in this case. So you can change that. So at present, let me just keep it if it is above 0. If it is above 0, then perform some operation. If it is below 0, below or equal to 0, then perform another operation. So that is what you have to do. So this is what you will be doing. So the switches between the inputs based on the criterion. So now here, what is the logic when I am implementing this is Bernoulli generator's output will be given directly to the switch. Will be given directly to the switch. It will be given directly to the switch. So this output of the switch will be acting as the conditional operation in this switch. If output is logic 1, if output is logic 1, so it will be output is logic 1, then one of them is selected, and if output is logic 0, then the other one is selected. So now let us see what this thing we should give here in order to obtain the representation. So now here we have another one option, that is constant. So we have something called as constant over here. So the third method of adding the block. So you can type in the name here itself. So constant, under that Simulink sources. So if I just take, so this is the constant value. So if I double click this, it is giving you constant value 1. If I just change it, it will change to 2. So I'll just keep it at 1, just not to disturb anything. I'll keep it at 1. So this will generate a constant over here. Now I want another block of same this thing. So what I'll do is I'll get another constant block. So but this one, what I'll do is I'll take it as minus. I'll take it as minus. So now what I'll do is, if it is greater, so as I had discussed, we are dealing with NRZ uh, polar format, NRZ polar format. So in that, what is happening? Say logic 1 is represented with plus voltage and logic 0 is represented with minus voltage. Now here, if I just see, so based on this condition, if it crosses 0, so if it crosses 0, it implies that it is equivalent to logic 1. So whenever it is logic 1, I'll be passing a plus voltage to this. I'll be passing a plus voltage to this. So for example, it may be plus 5 volt. If I change the value, say for simplicity, so it is like plus 5 volt, and this will be like sorry, minus 5 volt. So 5 volt will be selected. Now, if it is 0, so this condition fails. 0 is not greater than 0. Therefore, what happens is it takes this output. Now, what I want to do is I want to just observe it on the scope. So what I'll do is I'll add the scope. So I'll just add the scope over here. Now what I'll do is I'll try to see the overall result what is present. So I have added the scope. So I have built the entire circuit now. I'll save it. So I am implementing NRZ polar format. Okay, so I have saved it. So now what I have to do is so any queries here? Any queries? So you can see the representation over here. So this is the Bernoulli generated result, the first screen, and the screen below it is giving you the representation. So in this case, it is say 0 for 1 bit duration. So during that bit duration, it is represented with plus 5 volt. And say when it is 0, right, it is represented with minus 5 volt. So that is what is happening in this case. So these are just, this is with respect to NRZ, say polar format representation. Now the same thing with slide change, I'll be able to implement RZ polar format representation. So let us see what that change has to be. So what I'll do is I'll just save another copy of this because same blocks are required. Same blocks are required over here. So again, in this case, again, we'll be generating, say, a Bernoulli, we'll be generating binary number from the Bernoulli binary generator. And even in this one also, right, RZ, this thing, RZ and NRZ, only slight change which comes is during the half bit interval, it should return back to 0. Now, since we are going for polar representation, 0 will be represented with minus 5 volt and 1 will be represented with plus 5 volt. So this logic, right, this logic remains same, but what I have to do is I have to return back to 0 during the every half bit interval. I have to return back to 0 during every half bit interval. So for that, again, we have some addition to do here. So once I have got NRZ, right, I should be getting RZ formatting just by changing some slight representation. That is, if I just observe here, so this is one entire bit duration. This is one entire bit duration. So it should stay for 5 volts for half of the bit period and then it should return back to 0. So again, it say next bit is again logic 1. It should stay at 5 volt. Again, it should return back to 0. The same thing should be happening over here. So in order to do that, we have to include two additional blocks. So let us see what are those blocks in this case. So first block which comes is a pulse generator. First block which comes is a pulse generator. So this I'll be adding in. Now there is some features what are given for pulse generator, that is amplitude is 1 and period given in this thing is 10 seconds, pulse width is 5%, that is what it implies is it will be on only for 5% of the time. So in 10 seconds it will be on for only say 0.5 seconds. It will be on for only 0.5 seconds. So phase delay, these all things are there. So let us see actually what is there in pulse generator. I'll just drag and take the third port. I have just connected and just seeing what is there in pulse this thing. So we can see that this is the only generated signal in this case. Pulse is generating only this. That is during 0.5 second it is on. Now what I should do in order to make this pulse, that is there is some usage of this pulse. For that purpose we have put in. So here what I want to do is, there is another one block which is required. That block is the product or the multiplier of what we specify. So here you can see that we have a multiplier. So if I just hover around this, it will give you multiply or divide this thing. So it has option of providing this. At present, I want multiplication aspect. So what I'll do is I'll take this. So product of what? So that is what I am checking, and in this one you can see that we have only this option, that is how many inputs and what are the signal attributes will be getting. So it requires two inputs. So in this case, right, one input is nothing but the NRZ value what you have got, NRZ value what you have obtained. Okay, and another one is with respect to the pulse generator. Another one with respect to pulse generator. Now let us see what happens when I take the product of these two, and I'll give it to the fourth port. I'll give it to the fourth. So first port, here I'm getting the input. Here I'm getting the NRZ representation. Here I'm just cross verifying the say pulse generator, what is this producing, and the last port is giving you the product of the NRZ and the pulse generator. So now what I'll do is I'll run this. So it has run successfully. I have to change the layout. So change the layout. So here you can see some changes have happened. Now here if I just see, so this is the input signal which is present, which is generated from the Bernoulli. Then after that, this is the one which is represented in NRZ polar format. Now this NRZ polar format should return back to 0. So if I just see, if I multiply this value with this, so that is what the product is doing over here. So pulse generator's output is multiplied with the NRZ value. So NRZ value and this one. So when I multiply it, what is happening? One, this is one. So 1 into anything will be itself. So it will be -5. 1 into -5, it will be -5. So here you can see that it is staying at -5 for during the half of the bit period. But what is happening after that? It is returning to 0. But next of the bits, right, it is not represented in the required form. So you can see for first bit you are getting, but for remaining bits we are not getting it. So what is the change we have to make? So the change is with respect to the pulse what you are generated. So here, if I just double click this pulse generator, right? So what I'm getting a 10 bits, that is a period of 10 seconds. So after this again it keeps on repeating. So here if I just see from here to here, it is like entirely 10 seconds. So if I just observe here, 0, 1, 2, so on up to 10. So this is representing the 10 seconds value. Now what I'll do is after 10 seconds it should repeat, but I don't want it at 10 seconds. So in our case it is 1 bit duration I have considered as 1 second. So every 1 second it should repeat itself. So what I'll do is I'll make it 1 second. I'll apply this and see what happens to the overall result. So now some changes have happened. Some changes have happened. So you can see this is NRZ representation. 0 is represented with -5, 1 is represented with +5, and so on. So for the first one, if you just see, it is 1 into -5, which is -5, but it is not staying on for very long duration. It is returning to 0. It is returning to 0. It is returned to 0 polar format. It is -5. It is returning to 0 after some bit period, and then it is staying to 0. Now this is logic 1. It is 5 volt. So this multiplied with this one will give you its value, that is 5 volt. 1 into 5 will be 5. Therefore it will be 5 volt. So it will be 5 for entire duration of the pulse, and then it goes down to 0. 0 multiplied with anything is 0. Therefore it comes down to 0. This continues. Now if I want to make it on for half of the bit period and off for remaining half, then what I have to do is I have to change one parameter over here, that is pulse width. So I am considering 1 second of duration, and pulse width I want it as it is given in percentage. So 50% of the time it should be on and 50% it should be off. So now I will apply it. I'll run it. Now if I see that changes have come in. So this is logic 1. So it is represented in NRZ as say +5 volt. Then here this is the pulse. This is the pulse which is on for 50% of the time and off for 50% of the time, and it is repeating after every 1 second. It is repeating after every 1 second. So 1 multiplied with 5 is 5 volt, and 0 multiplied with anything will be 0. So for half of the bit duration, the value will be written, and remaining half it will be 0. So this is the overall result of the NRZ and RZ polar, and this is done with the help of